This was going to be my one and only long, intensive trip of the 2022 season. 7 days solo in Algonquin Park. I sent my dog Elo on vacation to my parents' house. This week was going to be for me and me alone. My route would start from Kiosk and go through White Birch, Mouse, Erables, and Maple before going back to Kiosk. The park looked quiet, the weather looked fantastic, and I was itching to get out and explore the backcountry.
Hello, welcome. Okay, so I'm on Highway 11 right now, doing the drive up to Kiosk access point. I booked one of the jump-off campsites on Kiosk. The plan is just to get there in the evening, sleep either in my car or pitch the tent, and just head out early. Tomorrow I'm going to White Birch Lake, so it just saves having to wake up early, pick up my canoe, strap it on the car, do the 4-hour drive, all of that before even hitting the water. Figured I'd get it out of the way today. So that's the story. I'm currently on the road, just stopped for gas. I should be good now for a little while. And yeah, check in a little bit later.
So I'm here at Kiosk access point. It's dark out now, which is why I'm filming inside my car, just some lighting. My tent is pitched just outside. Just all my gear is a mess in my trunk, so I'll just thrown all around. I've got my tent set up, my sleeping bag and clothes inside my tent, and everything else is just a mess back here. I'm gonna wake up early, pack up. I hung a tarp over my tent just to keep it dry in case it rains overnight. That's it. I'm just gonna have something to eat, brush my teeth, and probably just get in the tent. Try and get an early sleep so that I can wake up, watch the sunrise, pack up, and I'll try and hit the water maybe 8 o'clock. I figure I'll wake up at 6 and just take my time packing up and making breakfast, and probably by the time all is said and done and my canoe's on the water, hopefully 8 o'clock. So I can still get to the campsite super early and still have the full day to relax. So that's the plan. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm currently doing my second carry of the 1300 meter portage into White Birch Lake. I haven't really turned on the camera much since I've been here. I got to the Kiosk launch point yesterday at around 6:45. It was raining all evening, so I didn't really do much. I just set up a tent and tarp, went to bed, probably like 9:30. Pretty uneventful. And I woke up this morning and it was, I think, like 4 or 5 degrees outside. It was very windy and complete overcast. so it felt a lot colder than 5 degrees. I paddled across Kiosk, did the first portage, the 635, and by the time I finished that portage, the wind died down, the sun broke out in the sky, so it started turning into a beautiful day. Quickly paddled over to the 1300 meter, which is what I'm doing right now, hence why I'm out of breath. I've already took my canoe and barrel there, walked back. Now I'm on my second carry, which is technically my third time walking it. So, anyways, I'm gonna sign off for now. I'll probably check in once I find a campsite. It is around 1 o'clock, 1:30. It's 1:30 right now. I'm at my campsite on White Birch Lake. I got here, I set up camp, so I'll give you a tour, I'll show you what I've done. So this is one of the front of the campsites. It's got this massive boulder, which is cool to look at and to sit on to watch the sunset and stargaze, because the site does face west. It's got a big rocky shoreline, which is great for swimming because it slopes off and gets deep pretty quickly. Quite spacious, definitely big enough to have a large group kind of hang out all together on the rocks, enjoy the sun, stars, swim. The rockiness kind of wraps around. On that side there's a little bay, which is where the second campsite entrance is and where the main campsite is, so let's walk through. It's a lot of very sparse, tall pines, like real tall, which is pretty cool. So this is the bay here, and the reason I said it, we can have two entrances to the site is because there is a more proper canoe landing on this side, right here. A little canoe driveway here. And not only that, but this side is actually closer to the main campsite area. So despite the orange marker being over there, this is kind of the more ideal spot to pull up and you're right at the campsite. There's this large table, which I just have some gear stored on it right now. Over here at one of the tent spots, I just have my gear set up. What I do is I fold that half of the tarp over and way down the perimeter, and then my gear is waterproofed and protected from whatever else. Barrel. This is the fire pit. I had to rearrange the rocks. It was a bit of a mess, so now I gave it a little bit more structure here. But there's pretty good seating. It's flat seating and the logs are quite long, so you can fit a lot of people here. With a nice view out onto the water from the fire pit. This is the firewood that I have so far, which isn't that much. A little bit of kindling, birch, and this. It would be enough to, I guess, keep the fire going for maybe probably an hour, but I'd like to have more just to be safe, in case I want it going longer, or in case I want to make a little bit bigger fire. Here's another tent spot, but I decided against this one because it was just a little too close to the fire pit, so I like to have a little bit of distance if possible. So I chose this tent spot. And yeah, it's perfect for my two-person tent. It's not a massive space. There's a little bit more room if I had. I think it would fit probably a 4-person comfortably. Double this. The trail to the thunderbox with the new markers that don't have the male and female on it. So I guess this is a more gender neutral sign. Thunderbox is that way. That's the campsite. I'm gonna go sit in the sun. I'm probably gonna pop over to the other campsites and do some campsite reports for my website, collect a little bit more firewood, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys later. And by you guys, I don't even know who you are because you're just watching this on YouTube and you are anonymous to me. Unless you say hi in the comments, or send me an email, or follow me on Instagram, or go on my website and send a message through the contact form, then I'll know who you are. It's 3:10 right now. I'm sitting at the front of this beautiful campsite on this beautiful sunny day, and I got a grilled chicken with spinach Alfredo pasta from Alpine Air. And how does it look? It looks delicious. It tastes delicious. So I'm gonna go back to enjoying my dinner, my lunch dinner. Goodbye. I had left the firewood out at the front of the campsite in the sun to dry. So I got it from deeper in the forest and just brought it in. It's all broken down. I think I've got a pretty good amount. That's facing south. And then here you've got the moon in the sky setting. And here's the sunset. It's 6:30 right now, and I feel like total crap. I just got out of the tent to take a pee, take some photos of this very eerie morning that we have here with full fog covering the water. But I don't think I've gotten a worse sleep in my life in the backcountry. And I was up at like 2 o'clock and just pretty much tossing and turning from 2 o'clock until now, 6:30. I feel like crap. My eyes just feel heavy. I don't have too difficult of a day. I've got 3 portages, like a 300, 307, 600. But it's still like 4.5 hours of travel, and I was planning on checking out all of the empty campsites along the way, so that would add another hour or 2. So it's still going to be a long day. Usually I like to be on the water by 8 o'clock, especially on days where it's a little bit longer. But I don't think that's going to be realistic. I think I'm going to get back in the tent right now, try and see if I can sleep for an hour or so. wake up number 2. I ended up going back to sleep for maybe like 20-30 minutes. I had a quick bite to eat. It's very, very cold out. I don't know, if I were to guess, it's probably like 2 or 3 degrees. Yeah, I'll show you what the campsite looks like. So I've got my dry bag with clothes and sleeping bag, tent, sleeping pad, pillow, electronics, barrel, day pack, camera bag, bear spray, and then all of the rest of my gear just scattered out here. Once the pack is full, then I just kind of get my miscellaneous stuff organized, and then I'm pretty close to heading out at that point. Usually go to the washroom, brush my teeth, take a few pictures of anything that's photo worthy. Yeah, so I'll show you how I pack my pack and then go from there. So I've got my survival knife and saw in the front pocket, the mesh pocket. So the first 3 things that go in are my dry bag, which goes on the bottom. Once the dry bag is in, I put in my DSLR tripod, or mirrorless now, tripod. The tent fits in nice and snug on top of the dry bag, beside the tripod. It squeeze right down, just like that. A little air pocket goes in the chair. And then I start to stuff down the side, so there's still a little pocket down there. Go all the way to the bottom. One more. Towel. Bag of bags. First aid kit. It's my backup first aid kit. I have one in my day pack for quick emergencies. A notepad. Knee braces. All my rope and pegs for my tarp. Got my sleeping pad. My tent footprint. Bag of electronics. Chargers, headphones, headlamp, battery packs, wires, all that stuff. Duct tape. Water jug. Collapsible water jug. And it's a cold morning, so I'm going to pack away my hat and keep my toque on instead. Got my little blue tarp, which is what I had all my gear on. Okay. And now I do bring these days a full pillow, because I'm trying to find ways to get a better sleep out here. So I've tried sleeping pad, better sleeping bag. Now I'm bringing a full pillow. I've got the space and it's quite light, so might as well. Now on either side I'll put a crock with the dirt facing away from the pillow. You know, try and do my future self a favor. Oh, too late. Got it dirty. Okay. Here's my rain jacket. And normally I keep this in my day pack, but on days that it's supposed to be sunny, I make an exception to put it at the top of the pack, so it's still easily accessible if needed, but at least it's not taking up space in my day pack. And then I have this little rope that going through that handle, that loop handle, just to tighten it like this, make sure the top stays closed. It's not a waterproof pack, but things like this just help waterproof it a little bit further. Just do a quick little tie around there. 1, 2, 3. And then down. And voila. Pack is packed. Now that my pack is packed, this is the situation. I've got the pack, camera, day pack. So the GoPro is what I was just filming with. Barrel is going on me. Sorry, barrel. Bear spray going on my body. So I have camera, day pack, big pack, barrel, Nalgene, and my detachable yoke. So that's all that I'm all packed up. I'm probably gonna have another quick snack. Speaking of, I usually get ready the night before or in the morning my travel snacks. So today I've got a Lara bar, a bag of trail mix, and a bag of candy. And they're all in this bag. And that just goes in my side pocket here. So when I'm portaging or whatever, it's easily accessible. I used to keep it in my day pack, but I like to bring my day pack in the tent with me, so I don't like having the food in it during the day and then the scents stay in it overnight. So now I just keep the food in my thing here because these pants don't come in the tent. Anyways, I'm gonna have a snack, go to the washroom, and start to load my gear. All right, 350 from White Birch to Water Clear. I've got this 350, another one about the same length, and then one double it, close to 700 to take me into Mouse. Those are my 3 portages for the day. I'm just finishing my second carry of the portage from Water Clear into Club. And then at the end of the portage, this is what we have. Should be interesting. I'm gonna figure this out and hopefully I don't end up face full of mud. The trick was to use my paddle to check how deep the mud was, and also just for extra support and stability. I was still very nervous doing it, especially when I had my canoe and barrel, because it's a little bit windy as well, so I'm trying to keep balance on a thin little log. But aside from that, it's a beautiful ending to a portage. Just have this grassy area. I feel like this would be like a prime spot to see moose. Yeah, it's a beautiful portage landing, and the portage itself was pretty nice other than this ridiculous landing. I'm just stopped on Club Lake on the first campsite. It's a climb up to the site, up on a big hill, but it has the remnants. Don't know what that is. Some more piping. Kind of looks like a bed frame. This is McClary's. No one else is allowed to touch it. It has their name on it. McClary's, if you're looking for your bent in half steel bin, it's right here, waiting for you, along with your dinner bowl. That's pretty cool. That must be McClary's toilet seat, McClary's bed frame, McClary's old vehicle. And remember, folks, whenever you see stuff like this, you always have to leave it where you found it. No touching stuff, no moving stuff, no taking stuff, looking at stuff, and nothing else with the stuff. I need to get back on track. I've got a destination to get to. I'm currently on Mouse Lake. It's about 5 now. Beautiful, beautiful day. Very hot. Sun in the sky, you can see it behind me. There's a little bit of a breeze on the water. All my chores done. I have firewood collected in the back of my canoe with me. So once I get home, I'm just going to make some dinner and sit on the beach and go for some paddling. Just be all leisurely for the rest of the evening. So that's my update. Maybe I'll do some more filming on the beach. See you later.
Tea, a little hot toddy.